Lily James. Her tragic death and the national grief that now encompasses not only her neighborhood, but the entire country. Everyone is left with more questions than answers as a result. First of all, Lily James was born in May 2002 into the household of Jamie and Peta James. According to her relatives, Lily grew up in Sans Souci, New South Wales. She achieved a significant milestone in 2020 when she graduated from Hurstville's Dana Bank. The following year, she enrolled in the University of Technology Sydney's sports business program. While balancing her academics, Lily was keen to establish a name for herself as a part-time water polo coach at St. Andrew's Cathedral School. It was around this time that she met Paul Tyson, a sports coach and former student at the same school. They started dating after their professional friendship developed into something more. However, Paul Tyson, a 24-year-old sports coach at Sydney's St. Andrew's Cathedral School, was formerly a student there until 2017. Originally from the Netherlands, he moved to Australia in 2015 to pursue a master's degree in teaching and realize his dream of working as a PE teacher. He was also acknowledged for his coaching abilities in hockey at St. Vincent's College in Potts Point, Australia. Although Lily and Paul's relationship details are still somewhat unclear, many students have come forward to shed light on Paul's behavior. In an exclusive interview with the Saturday Telegraph, former students revealed that Paul used to boast about his relationship with Miss James and engage in uncomfortable behaviors. They also called Tyson a creep who flirted with girls at the school, describing him as having a roving eye and an unsettling, flirtatious personality. One student said that because of his flirty behavior and wandering gaze, he made the younger females on the sports team uncomfortable. "I'm astonished, but there's no getting around the fact that he was a weirdo." His conceited old school peers also called him out, saying he was popular with girls but despised by boys. Given their recent separation, it is anticipated that a heated altercation took place in the school's gym bathroom on October 25, 2023, around 7 p.m., when Lily and Paul were observed on CCTV entering the facility. An hour or so later, Tyson was seen leaving the restroom by himself. What's interesting about this whole thing is that Paul used Lily's phone to text her father, requesting that he come get her. However, it was believed that Lily's father had overlooked the message because Lily had her car at school, leading him to believe it was an error. Following that, Paul drove the borrowed white Lexus to Diamond Bay Reserve on Sydney's east coast. There, he was seen on CCTV getting rid of a hammer in a bin, which turned out to be the primary weapon used in the incident. Dr. Watson Monroe claims that Paul spent several hours at St. Andrews, utilizing the time to cause additional difficulty, believing he still had control over the situation. It is odd that he didn't spend time reporting a lifeless person to the police, but that he did so 2 hours after leaving the scene. After leaving the reserve, Paul thought about his future in Australia and the probable prison term he would receive for his heinous deeds, since his third consecutive working holiday visa was set to expire and he was not an Australian citizen. It's important to note that he was probably afraid right now and worried about what would happen to him. He reached out to the police from Vaucluse Reserve at midnight, corresponding with them for hours following Miss James's death in the gym restroom. The information was communicated by the operator, who stated that the informant mentioned seeing a female body a few hours ago in the bathroom on the right side of the reception area through reception and to the left. Lily James was quickly located by the police, who also confirmed that she had been fatally battered with a hammer. Lily James also suffered from severe head injuries, and the results of her surgery were regarded as startling and unsettling. Paul died after falling from the rocks above Diamond Bay before the authorities could find him. The New South Wales Police Air Wing searched the sea from above as emergency services combed the rocks below. The news of Miss James's death broke early the following morning. The police, using a boat and a jet ski, worked for hours to recover the swollen and bruised body from the base of the cliffs before bringing it up to the road in the afternoon. It was later confirmed that the body belonged to Paul. In an odd turn of events, Paul appeared to control the latter phases of his evil scheme. He had contacted the police, perhaps in the hopes that Lily would be discovered sooner. Before Paul made the decision to take his own life, criminologist Dr. Zani Mallet suggested that this manipulation was just another effort at control. According to Dr. Mallet, there were indications that he wanted Lily to be found. He might have been hoping that someone would find her and call for help, or he might have wanted to send those proof-of-life messages to her father and then call the police later to change the time at which the police believed Lily had passed away. Paul Thyson's parents, Esther and Steph, have decided not to bring their son's remains back to the Netherlands, preferring to have him cremated and have his ashes scattered in Australia. Since Paul is no longer with us, many questions concerning the dynamics of their relationship and the motivations behind his acts remain unanswered. But one thing is certain: everyone in the community loved Lily. In a brief statement, Lily's father, Jamie James, characterized her as an independent and vibrant young woman who lived life to the fullest despite her busy schedule with work and studies. Lily found time to support her brother Max, her friends, and her family. During the funeral, loved ones brought dozens of lies to honor Lily, making the day all about her. Jamie thanked the community for their kind words, prayers, support, and condolences during this trying time, and for all of the treasured memories they had enjoyed with Lily. Around 500 staff members, students, and alumni attended the service, which prompted the school to close for the day. Friends, family, and students gathered for the memorial wearing vibrantly colored attire. Hugs and tears were shared as mourners entered the building. Dozens of St. Andrew S students in uniform arrived by bus to pay their respects. Given that Lily was an alumna of Dane Bank Anglican School for Girls, it was probably decided to host the service there. As Lily's casket was pushed out of the school gates, the environment became eerily quiet. Lily's brother Max and father Jamie were there to assist her in finding the waiting white hearse. As they placed Lily's casket in the automobile, you could see the sorrow on their faces. Tears were streaming down their faces, and people were consoling one another. Lily's casket was adorned with an abundance of vibrant flowers as a tribute to her vibrant personality. The funeral staff took their time arranging the wreaths that guests brought in. Every bouquet of flowers evoked a reminiscence of the affection that all people had for Lily. Those saying their final goodbyes stood there when the hearse eventually drove off. After a brief silence, everyone made their way to the school's gates in preparation for the wake. People exchanged personal anecdotes about Lily and paused to honor and commemorate her amazing life. It was a mixture of sadness and nostalgia for the joyous moments she offered to everyone in her vicinity. In conclusion, Lily's family will always carry a great deal of pain in their hearts, even though the manhunt for her perpetrator may come to an end.
Hey, thanks for sticking with us today. Check out this other thrilling videos for you to watch, and while you're at it, hit that subscribe and like button, and let us know down below your thoughts on today's case. Until then, take care.